Hello, welcome back to a very special episode of the Force Commander's Guide to Purging Nurgle. I'm Jade Starr, joined as always by my favorite friend who recently just completed his 1-month purity seal, Olish.
I'm trying to figure if that's a No Nut November joke or...
No, you've stopped smoking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the timing works out for that also to be the case.
I mean, you're married. I don't think you're skipping November. Like, if I had a partner, I wouldn't be skipping November. Finish the prognosticars. That lets us get the last two out on the map for almost complete system coverage. There's going to be two systems that are going to be left out of the network, which is the best you can do, and isn't too much of a problem. And if you really want to be thorough, you can just kind of explode them with Exterminatus torpedoes.
Then you don't have to worry about them ever again.
Was that the last prognosticar upgrade? Well, there's that one, and then that one covers up there. Also, oh boy, this video's been sitting on my hard drive for like 3 weeks because of all the things that happened that my channel ought to be aware of. But yeah, there we go. So there's the one, and there's the two. Those are the only two systems not in prognosticar coverage anymore. I'm hoping we can get multiple missions per bloom spread so that we can, reap more rewards, reap more seeds, more experience, requisition, gear, etc. And should be able to get 2 of these. Definitely not getting that one. Its glorious deed is terrible as well.
I mean, it is only a +1.
It's one of the more annoying ones too. It requires you to strip off master crafted weapons.
Yeah, but it means you don't feel bad for not doing it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Man, it's been a while. I can't remember what my seed stockpiles are like, but I think I'm tempted on this one because it's all yellow. I do love yellow seeds. They improve armor. And I think crit chance on weapons.
Yeah, tier 3 side cannon as well.
Yeah.
Glorious extract 5 seeds. That one's basically free, isn't it?
On most missions, yeah. At least this late, or mid into the game, because different baddies have different amounts of seeds in them, so like 5 seeds is like 2.5 Chaos Marines, but it's also like 5 cultists. So I can just barely get these 2. So that's cool. It's great to finally be able to reliably hope that I can respond to 2 missions at a time. This may tax our crew, or at least the knights, because wounds and so forth. But it's definitely worth doing every mission you can. This was also a fairly low danger mission, if I remember right. I think it was only like 1 corruption on the planet, so I don't really worry that we're going to fight too threatening of the thing. So we're taking in a kind of a low-level squad. Everybody was level 4, except for 1 at level 5.
Is that the Silencer Purgator I saw?
Yes.
What do we know of this place, Tech Priest?
Archival data of these coordinates is indecipherable. However, the report from the Augurium is clear. The bloom seeds are below. Our mission is clear.
The answer to Valkyr's question then was nothing. You know nothing. So yes, we have the Silencer Purgator, and I think... Yes, this is the apothecary that went for warp speed biomancy and is going to try to get warp speed and iron arm biomancy. And also your favorite trap skull.
I mean, so it is a trap skull, but if you're trying to lean into biomancy, you basically have to have it, because not having it costs you so much more AP.
Your command.
You're spending a minimum 1 AP to move adjacent to whoever to do the biomancy in the first place.
Service.
Right.
And it's very expensive.
Yeah, I would say unless you're trying to lean heavy into a biomancy build, or that's really what you want to be doing with your apothecary, the biomancy apothecarian skull or whatever, not worth it. If you're going to throw out an occasional biomancy, or if you're like me and maybe suggest endurance biomancy just to be able to cleanse plague, you really don't need it. Your pockets are far more valuable.
Swiftly, brother.
So I don't know what I was expecting, because it's been ages since I used that particular skull. I just thought he had to have it on him, like a relic or a tool.
Yes, Commander.
I didn't foresee that the skull itself would fly to the target and cast the biomancy itself. Or, I guess, be a conduit for it, whatever.
Mask.
Well, we're starting strong here.
Yeah. And also just before... Oh, good. It's right. Good. Right before combat, getting the biomancy in before you activate a patrol is a good way to get extra value out of it, because we've gone over time and time again how the turns, you may refresh AP and everything, but the turn counter doesn't actually advance. So you can get some extra time out of biomancies with
I
that.
am his will.
Especially if you can string one combat to the next combat. We actually saw one of these guys last video, which is possibly more recent in people's minds for those who aren't viewing in like real time as I publish, but it's been 3 weeks for me. So, double check and remember what they can do.
Your orders.
And it's kind of funny that that's armor piercing.
I mean, what's its armor gonna do? Stop the kinetic force of like 12,000 pounds of stone falling on him?
I mean, it might defray it a little bit.
Aye, sir.
I also need to remember that these marines... Oh. I feel like I meant to take that shot with the apothecary, not the interceptor. But that these marines are not full leveled, and maybe missing otherwise key abilities like support fire. And despite me not really doing a whole lot here, I've really chunked down this Hellbrute fast. Even without having to expend like skills or resources or willpower.
Yeah, I mean, it does help that it's a single enemy.
It really does. 3 stun on a crit, oof.
Threat eliminated.
So I'm actually kind of lucky that that was a kill at the end of the turn, and that it didn't have other
I am
cultists nearby.
Well, yeah, you got your refresh. It's still the same turn. The self-destruct hasn't happened yet.
Right, exactly. Because if it had switched to Nurgle's turn because there was a cultist or something in the background, my people were out of movement, and we probably would have taken the self-destruct to the face.
What is your will?
And because it's still the same turn, that biomancy that I cast before we engaged him,
Biomancy
still active, still on its first turn.
Still going strong.
Yeah.
Although, it actually slamming that onto Tarn may not have been a bad choice.
Tarn is the Purgatory?
Purgatory, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he's just so far behind.
He also has 17 range, though.
Yeah, but like I'm just thinking he's so far behind, and you're probably going to push in here and activate another pod, which will refresh your AP yet again.
Yeah, yeah.
At your
And
service.
that warp speed biomancy will stay nice and fresh.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Just then turn. Alright.
Here. I am with you. At your
I
service,
suppose it doesn't really matter if you're going to move Turnip into position before
Cadulon.
sending your interceptor forward to trigger.
Yes, Commander.
I'll probably send my
Yes, sir.
excuse me, probably send my Justicar forward. Interceptor can
What is your
teleport,
will?
and currently Justicar has warp speed, so
Drawn by my clangor? And I bring death. Permission to engage, Commander. What is your will? Standing ready.
That looks like a pretty decent lineup, that statue. Pillar or whatever.
yeah. Oh, I think I'm about to ruin it. Yeah, I think you're right that maybe my first move should have been body checking the pillar into all of them.
I don't know that that's functionally any better.
At your service.
I mean, you
Well,
could still probably get 2 of them with the pillar.
Yeah.
And the pillar's probably going to knock some of them away, so you may not have been able to get 2 of them with the explosion.
Taking
The pillar
position.
probably would have set the explosion off, though.
I strike true.
Excuse me, did it not hit that dude?
It certainly doesn't seem like it.
I am here to serve.
Some bullshit.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Remember our glorious deed?
To collect
Your
5
end
seeds.
is
Right.
near.
You remember how we have the trap skull?
Seed
Well, yeah, you don't have the
extracted.
rev. You actually have to work for collecting seeds a little bit.
Yeah.
Your orders.
Forgot about that. Oh, that is something that thankfully while I was playing I kept in mind. Thus the hammer hand there.
Standing ready. I am here to serve.
I think this is a lot of math to try to figure out how to get the Lord of Virulence in 2 AP rather than 3.
Opening fire. Your command.
Or I think maybe I'm trying to open it up, kill it with ranged fire so that the Justicar can move past the Lord of Virulence and engage the Bell Ringer.
I feel like
This is
Cyborg
our arms.
would probably have done it.
Yeah, I left it at 1. I'm not sure if I just didn't want to
The
sigh it
enemy
or
is
expected the
wounded.
Interceptor to have support fire. It's been 3 months, 3 weeks since I played this mission.
I'm just wondering if you're like
Your command?
trying to feed XP in a particular way or
Yeah.
willpower. I mean,
Standing ready.
Justicar's spent some willpower. Bosk, the Interceptor, has not.
Glory to Xiphos.
But yeah, it does seem like you really don't want Kane to be taking this hit. Not really sure why.
Justice.
I guess you just wanted somebody in melee with him to screw with his AI, I guess?
Yeah. Just didn't want him to do the psychic blasts or something. Nearly killed him.
Yes, Commander.
I love how much damage this
Standing ready.
silencer does. Like, I really should have gone back and updated my opinions before I started talking about them too much in the start of the thread. I think the level 0 silencers are still garbage, but the ones that you can start finding are actually pretty nice. And especially once you get into the upper left Purgatory tree, a couple of the skills on it really help.
Yeah, I think early on, it's not that silencers are even garbage. It's just the situations where you get the blast out of the Psy Cannon is so much more immediately useful compared to the silencers. What, the shotgun?
Yeah. I feel like either of them can have their uses, but yeah, I think I prefer Psionic Onslaught. And then there's also the Psy Cannons. Okay, like Armor Pierce actually mattering. Sort of.
I mean, it's safety and AP.
Yeah. Not that it was necessary, it was the last thing. But it's nice that it worked out like that. The Psy Cannon's ability to smash like destructible half covers is something I really like.
This is kind of an interesting approach. You have a very distinct, like, cutting off of line of sight for that pod.
Yep. Which is great. It's like really close. Yeah. We can control when we activate it. We can get up here and use the Emperor for protection in a more literal than usual way. Except apparently the Emperor's legs does not block line of sight. Well, it is full cover. I kind of expected its hitbox to just count that as like a 3x3 wall of I can't see around it. Appears to have not been the case.
What is your will? I am here to serve.
Yeah, I don't know that I would have imagined that statue would have prevented it. Basically, as soon as you went up the stairs in any real sense, I would have expected to reveal enemies.
Well, I didn't go up the stairs, remember? I jumped up the...
you hopped up. But
yeah.
Essentially being up on that platform, even if the statue did block line of sight, I would have thought that just the approach would have been enough.
Maybe. I'm used to the things that register as like full cover just being essentially complete opaque walls for whatever Z space they occupy.
I can definitely see why.
There's been other cover where it's like, here's a planter box with a rock in it and it's high cover, but it's like, this is chest high. My dude could lean left or right or see around it, but the other like squares left or right are also high cover. It counts as fully obstructing vision.
Moving out. I am his will.
Normally, taking that kind of shot would be a very bad plan.
Always check your backdrop.
Mercy in death.
I can't remember. Does the tabletop allow you to like fire into melees?
Not when I played. If a unit was engaged in hand-to-hand, you could not shoot or intentionally target it. There were some cases where you could inadvertently or accidentally on purpose target them. But the idea was that nobody would willingly shoot at a melee where they're in.
Right. Okay. I vaguely remember that as a rule. I think Necromunda was just like, if you want to, go for it, but it's a 50-50 chance which combatant you hit.
Yeah.
Because Necromunda was much smaller scale and not professional militaries.
Well, you also you had individual units as opposed to like squads.
Right.
Bolter trained and ready.
Wish I could get more out of this turn, but the melee demon is so far back there, and the others are kind of entrenched in full cover.
The Aegis shields us.
Wasn't my best activation anyway.
Taking cover. That one! Kill him! Securing position!
Go for it. Come for my Justicar.
This feels like a very similar move to what you just did.
Right?
Tangilon.
Also worth remembering that these demons can parry, so you can send your Justicars at them.
Get out! I'm not done with you yet!
Interceptors don't get parried. A weird little feature which doesn't come up very often, but it's their class feature.
I mean, it ignores autos. There's certain enemies that, if you can't ignore autos, are really annoying. We haven't seen all of them yet.
Well, the Interceptors don't ignore all autos.
What is your will?
Is it just parries?
Just parries. You may be thinking about the assassins with lightning reflexes.
Well, the lightning reflexes, yeah, but... No, I thought the Interceptors also ignored the, Am I thinking the, We haven't seen them yet. The Shieldy Boys.
What is your will? Standing ready.
No, they will get bodied by them.
Okay.
Stupid plague puddle.
What is your will? I am here to serve. Your command?
It's always really annoying because something like this is not a tactic that the player often can take advantage of, because the player usually wants to keep moving forward.
Right.
Whereas the AI gets to do this as a stalling tactic, and it's just like, yeah, it's a puddle.
Yes,
All my
Commander.
units are immune to this shit. What are you going to do about it?
Almost all of their units are immune to it. The cultists are not.
Yeah, cultists don't really matter. Especially at this point.
Yeah. But sometimes I do enjoy having a laugh when I see their cultists either get plague puddled or just directly sprayed. I think I was trying to show that there's a trade-off for these melees. I want the crit scroll, the crit damage book, and the focus crystal to increase autos, and you can only have 2 out of those. Getting the crit chance this high is great for precision targeting, so that's kind of a no-brainer. That's really, do you want damage or do you want like a Sanctic shard to make sure your autos happen more? And it's, I don't know how to answer that. Kind of a toss-up.
There usually is going to be an argument for more AP or more damage on crits. Or more reliable AP versus damage on crits.
Okay.
And I think the damage math probably actually wins over
At your
focus
service.
crystals. But it's going to vary depending on the gear and how much bonus melee damage you already have.
At your service.
I feel like I'd lean more
Seek and
towards
destroy.
the crystal for more reliable AP, because if you already have enough, like high enough crit, like he was throwing out like 100% crit right there, I'd rather take probably more, even if they're slightly less damage,
Yeah.
precision targets.
Yeah, and there's certainly more objectives. Like if your concern is not just the raw total amount of damage, then yeah, absolutely go for the more AP.
Yeah.
More options.
Yeah.
And
Just
certainly,
trying not to burn all my willpower here, but I'm tempted.
certainly just the raw crit chance is the best option because it gives you the crits in the first place.
Yeah, it gives you everything. It gives you the damage, it gives you the precision targeting, and it gives you the chance for ruthless precision. So I think I have somewhat resigned myself to taking a counterattack. But the Plague Champion no longer has a Plasma Pistol, and he's gotten weakened so that his Power Claw is going to do 2 less damage, so...
I am here to serve.
The counterattack won't be too bad.
At once.
Imagine this is more the annoyance of it's one more turn off warp speed biomancy.
Oh, yeah, it's expired by now, and I haven't recast it ever.
With me, your altered brothers.
I probably could try to keep it in mind more, but like it's really useful on the attempt, like on the first.
What are you going to do about this portal? The judging begins.
You're gonna do that every time there's like a portal that's distant now, isn't it?
In this case, this is a portal that's behind you and distant.
Yeah.
Your objective is very close in front of you. Do you back away and deal with the portal? Or do you press onward?
I don't remember. It's been too long since I played this. One tile away from being able to heal him in 1 AP.
These wounds will heal.
Like, that's not even a strictly
Is
necessary
restored,
heal.
brother.
It's more of an attempt to keep me
I
out
am
of
here to serve.
the med bay for a longer period of time.
As you command. Advancing.
Oh, you fool!
Your orders?
The last seed carrier is right there.
Right. That's,
Kill this
that's-
enemy, you recover all of your AP, you can redeploy everybody.
Well, no, I
And
can't. I've killed him. The AP has not refreshed.
Advancing.
The portal is an enemy.
The portal is an enemy. Okay, but still, you can approach, and then the enemy is going to be a whole fucking turn behind you. You run forward, spawn the next enemy pod, you kill the seed carrier, Bob's your uncle.
I sense the enemy converging.
There is just one thing that I hate the seed carrier missions, because when you pull that last seed, then everything that's left on the map converges on your place, and you get reinforcements. So I don't want to have an extra patrol aggro when I do that. Now this map has been kind of a nice thin width horseshoe, sort of. So it's not like, you know, like the trench map with the trenches with the Imperial Guard, where it's a box map and there might be patrols around every corner.
Right.
So the chances that just a random patrol I've missed during the course of this mission is lurking around and is going to be alerted the moment the last seed gets taken are really low. But I also just don't want to patrol behind me, swipe the last seed, and then have portals, you know, on both sides of me. That was the safe option. I saw something. I was wondering if I was going to try to crushing charge that guy off of the cliff.
Yeah,
Which would
it's
be
the whole-
very funny.
Fortunately, I don't think Tarn here has a very good shot.
No.
Affirmative.
Really has to reposition to find an angle.
Your command. Here. I am his will.
You know, honestly, if I'd remembered, this might have been a good turn to warp speed either Tarn or the Justicar.
Because you were going to recover.
Well, not just that, but help him reposition around the corner on this guy. Maybe save an AP or two on him.
We have purified this place.
There is that path through the middle, which I have never taken on this map. Like, it
That seems
exists. I
somewhat
made it for a reason.
ill-advised.
But I don't know why, because all of the things that you need to fight are around the perimeter.
Yes, Commander.
So look, it was one marine and a giant robotic crab. Well, actually a moderately sized robotic crab. Wasn't that much of a detour to go back and kill it in one round.
No, but I'm still going to judge you for it.
Great.
And in fairness, it's not like that was a bad choice. It's not like you made a tactical mistake in going back and dealing with the portal. It's perfectly fine. You get experience for it. You get willpower recovery minus whatever you spent to teleport
I
back.
am here to serve.
Like, I'm not giving you shit because this is in any ways like a poor decision.
Affirmative.
Giving you shit because it's funny. It involves a portal opening that you didn't have to deal with. Although I didn't really realize that this
Your command.
seed carrier was going to wander away from you.
Right. I mean,
Also,
I would
I
have to
didn't-
deal with that portal. Like, they may be a turn behind you, right? But remember, mission doesn't end the moment the mission objective is complete, unlike the other kinds of missions.
Candulon. What is your will?
So if they're always a turn behind me, as soon as I yoink the seed, there's 2 turns until we get
Taking
teleported
position.
out.
I was kind of thinking that when you killed that guy, you would get an AP refresh. You could bring everybody forward,
Oh, they'd be
and
2
then
turns
trigger
behind.
the seed.
Yeah,
and
okay.
then you would have gotten another AP refresh. And
Oh, yeah, if it also
done
was
that.
by accident. Okay, that
I
changes.
I didn't really think that the portal was fucking you. But
Right,
yeah,
right.
with the portals essentially cutting off your AP refreshes, there's no reason not to have gone back and dealt with it.
Okay. Right. I think I'm going to try to have some more fun with the Justicar, having biomancy and activated this patrol.
Which one of them is a seed carrier?
Good question. That one. The regular marine.
Target acquired.
Wow. Really know how to ruin my fun there, guys.
Impressively good overwatching.
Standing ready.
So we can teleport in and then gank the Plague Sprayer real easy. It looks like Tarn has range on him for decent damage. So
Yes,
maybe I can just do that from long range. Not even going to move into cover. I can just spend all 3 AP shooting this guy, apparently.
I am his will.
I mean, that's... Yeah, if he's in range, it's not like he's getting that half cover benefit.
With the crit, yeah, just... Okay, cool. I'll spend 3 AP to kill one of your dudes.
No demon shall avoid its fate.
Then I gotta deal with the bloat drone.
Your orders.
Presumably before I rip the last seed out, so I don't get reinforcements. His Overwatch doesn't really matter too much if I go around it.
In an instant.
I have a feeling like I'm gonna crit this bloat drone and send it flying backwards, and it's gonna do shenanigans, but goldfish memory here.
I mean, it seems reasonable.
Oh, it's just way over there now.
Yeah, okay.
That's
Less than
helpful.
ideal.
Yeah.
At your service.
Okay, I get 2 extra damage from the cycle. I probably just did some mental math to figure out what it takes to kill this thing.
Yes, pin them.
Might actually matter on this kind of an enemy. I mean, I'm probably going to kill it before the end of the turn, but the pin on a melee enemy is actually significant.
It will be done.
Can't even get and shoot him. I mean, it can move 5 then attack 5. It might be too far away to get me.
If he's just barely in bolter range, I think he's just barely in attack range.
Right, yeah, bolter range would be 10, yeah.
But if you move to the other side, I think you're actually just outside of range now.
Yeah. I think I was also crit hunting for that seed, although we have met the Glorious Deeds requirements.
I mean, still, more seats is more better.
Yeah.
I kind of assumed that you might have Kane run up in Hammerhand.
Yeah, that might have been my thought. I realize what I'm doing here, though. You know, this Psybolter from all of the range, or Silencer from all of the range, is really good.
Pain is beneath me.
That's,
Good Overwatch, buddy.
Yeah, that's certainly an Overwatch.
I mean,
Standing
I
ready.
guess he is overwatching the 2 or 3 squares that the Interceptor might charge straight at him to.
What is your will?
It's King out of willpower to Hammerhand. Probably after that Wave the Flag.
Oh yeah, he only
What
has
is
2
your
willpower.
Firing on target. Mask.
I'm just gonna go for the crit chance, I guess.
Got them.
Don't think about it.
I recommend you fortify until you can be expected.
Oh, hi guys.
Pleasant company.
Foe destroyed, Commander. Kane.
I mean, you've got all the AP to set up these Overwatch.
Yeah. I'm starting to get up some
Securing
memories.
position.
I feel like this isn't going to be as effective as I think it ought to be.
Part of that is going to be proximity, because of how they get placed out from the portal.
Ready to fire.
Like, I can guarantee one of them is just going to appear outside of the Overwatch or something.
Right.
At your service.
The Silencer also can't Overwatch, sadly. The other thing is as you were alluding to with the Overwatches, Overwatch in this game is a pretty narrow cone, honestly. So, I have way less coverage on this than I think I should.
Wards activated. Enemy reinforcements.
Yeah, great.
Directly outside, yeah. This is one of those things that other games, newer games that use the Overwatch cone, will generally allow you to modify the cone in some ways.
I think we've mentioned that, like Phantom Doctrine.
Phantom Doctrine.
If you overwatch it close enough range, it just becomes like a 360.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you want to like Overwatch with a sniper rifle, it becomes a very narrow cone.
Well, like I'm thinking, like Jagged Alliance 3, your Overwatch length and cones depending on the kind of weapons you're using.
Right.
But it's also relatively important to be able to modify that because, like, shooting at people behind cover or behind concealment in Jagged Alliance 3 is a waste of time. And overwatching in general kind of feels like a waste, but you can do some really good things with it.
Make it more specific of I want to Overwatch to this area, which means if I'm shooting at them, they've stepped out from around the cover that's ruining my shot, as opposed to XCOMs, where it's just like, if you see them, shoot.
Right.
Moving out.
Although, in XCOMs, since it was deterministic, I think is the right term, rather than like actual like physics or like actual like trajectories, you didn't actually get cover bonus when being shot at from Overwatch. You got like a flat penalty or a bigger penalty if they were running.
Yeah, it was just a penalty for being an Overwatch shot.
Yeah.
The enemy is wounded. Yes, Commander.
But yeah, as soon
These
as you said,
pews. Look at these pews costing me an AP.
as soon as you said it, the Overwatch wasn't going to go well. I was looking at going, yeah, this is a problem that you can have with Overwatch cones where you're too close to cover where the likely enemies are going to show up.
Standing ready.
Yeah. I thought there'd be a second reinforcement teleport in, but I guess not.
He already had one set of reinforcements.
Right. I just kind of expect two every time I finish a mission. Or complete the mission objective, I should say.
I assume that the
My focus
end of
fails
mission
me.
teleport comes from the same pool.
He probably does.
My will is spent.
I mean,
Yes, Commander.
it seems like this would actually be a pretty strong indicator that it does.
Threat eliminated.
But my problem with these sorts of assessments is that I don't have a good long-term memory.
Well, thankfully, humanity has developed tools to make this a little bit easier on you.
Your orders. As you command.
Is it AI summarization?
I was going to say pencil and paper.
Writing?
Writing or otherwise documenting things. So it is kind of weird that it's just the timer is going down with, yeah, no more enemies.
There's no more enemies. I just felt like punching architecture, apparently. I think I'm scanning the darkness looking for a seed pod or something. Like, for some reason we're still here.
That was a mission.
Yeah.
Everything that we wanted. I got to rip on you for turning around to open up another portal.
6 seeds.
We got some more silencer stuff.
Yeah. I don't need another Justicar, but ooh, hello.
Oh, range bolter.
Range
crit
bolter with
damage on
extra
it.
damage.
Yeah. It's only 3 shots, but still.
Well, that's the normal amount of ammo for a bolter.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't even remember anymore. Yeah. Focus armor with auto reaction. Oh, I'm sorry.
Focus
this is
ward save or stave.
See,
Very-
that I like those. I think you could do a strategy with ward saves, but
Yeah.
I don't know that it's necessarily good.
Look at this armor. It does so many things except for the one thing that I want armor to do.
Give you armor.
Yeah. You'd
mean-
think it would be kind of a starting point for armor.
Power armor doesn't come with it by default.
I know. It's so weird.
Psych These, I imagine you could get some use out of psych grenades. There's probably like one specific boss fight that's really nice to have.
I don't know. Anywhere you've just got a cluster of things so that you can be rolling that 50-50 chance that they attack friendlies. Probably just the more targets you can hit, the more effect you'll get out of it.
This isn't the greatest tier 3 armor, but it's still a tier 3 armor.
Yeah, but I've only got 4 requisition, and I've got the next mission that we're gonna make before the despawns. So I don't remember, but I'm thinking I'm saving that requisition. Yeah, there we go.
I kind of got a feeling for the way you toggled.
I don't even remember if I was doing that to screw with you or not anymore. This should be a pretty standard pick down towards Ruthless Precision. Although, oh no, I know what I'm going to do. It's going to take me 2 levels to get there either way, right? So why not take
Terminator
1 point
armor
that way and get Terminator armor? Because then at the end of the next level, I'll get Ruthless Precision just the same as if I rushed it. But this way, he can be in Terminator armor for a while. Let's see, what do we do with our Silencer guy after he has done all of the silence? We go for Mental Focus.
Because, I mean, crit
He
on
crits
ranged
often.
attacks is good. Getting more AP is... unlike melee people, you know, he kills somebody with a crit, he can probably just immediately turn and shoot somebody else.
I think I was doing a little mental math there to figure I can get to Mental Focus and still make it up into the grenades. That's 6, that's 7, 8... Barely. I think I won't get a full top right selection. I think I'll be 1 off, but it'll be a pretty good build either way.
Yeah, melee attacks can't be parried. That's the interceptor thing.
Yep.
Ah, support fire.
Yeah.
You were missed.
Yeah, the next, like, that level and the next 2 for Basque are big, because that gets me support fire twice. The next level adds 3 more damage to each support fire. And then the other 2 points on the top right are crit chance and crit damage. And thankfully we now have some servitors. I think the engineering queue was idle. Looks like I just slam dunked warp speed 3. Excellent. This is going to help us get more missions.
Guarantee that you'll get 2 missions. Almost every single bloom.
Yeah. More than likely. Depends where they fall, but with full prognostic card coverage and all that warp speed, I think we'll manage 2 a mission, or 2 a spread every time.
Okay. You can never quite manage 3, though.
Yeah.
Unless you happen to get really lucky.
That will be it for this time, though. Next time, we've got our next mission planned out. As soon as the science finishes, I'll research a Reaper, and we might see our first boss fight sometime in the near future. Thank you all for watching, and my apologies for the delay. Those that have been following closely might understand the time off I took.
Get your Reaper votes in the thread.
And we'll be back to a regular update schedule soon. Thank you all for watching.